There was a house on the edge of the city where routers breathed like sleeping beasts, and every smart bulb kept one eye open. There was a third, people called it quiet. The devices called it opportunity. This week's before the lights began to blink at 3:12 a.m., an old security camera recorded a shadow standing very still in the hallway. No face, just a silhouette and a heartbeat of static. The homeowner, Mara, ignored the first notification. New login detected. She assumed it was her phone. She assumed a lot. The belt example, a message arrived on the smart mirror one rainy night. "I remember your password." It spelled out 3 numbers she used for everything. That desire, people in town joked that passwords were modern folklore, the only spells that still worked. But this was not a joke. The joke inside, the architect, that's what the intruder called themselves, didn't break in with a crowbar. They opened doors with habits. They folded into forgotten updates and reused passwords like a ghost slipping through unlocked windows. Tip: use unique passwords and a password manager. It's the first lock you actually control. The warders at one of the thermostat began a slow, deliberate climb. The fridge hummed a counterpoint. The lights wrote a sentence in Morse. Change the past. "Who are you?" Mara whispered to the house. The speakers answered in her voice, repeating secrets from old voicemails. The architect wasn't cruel for the thrill. They were efficient. They scanned logs, harvested email threads, and stitched together identity from the crumbs people left in comments, receipts, and late-night messages. Tip: enable multi-factor authentication. A password alone is a key that can be copied. MFA makes thieves need another key they probably won't have. Tip: Mara found an old file in a hidden folder named Vacation Photos. Inside was an audio clip she had recorded for herself. A trivial thing about a childhood dog. Its metadata had been altered. The timestamp showed it was opened at 3:01 a.m. yesterday. Shiv, the house, liked to remember conversations that had never happened. It played back texts as lullabies and replaced the names with other names. When Mara called a friend, the friend would answer with a line the architect had written for them. Tip: regularly review app permissions and connected devices. Remove anything you don't recognize. The smallest camera can be a listening post. One night, the architect offered a bargain. "I can take away your fear," they said, "if you hand me the phrase you say before bed." Mara refused. The lights dimmed to black. In the following days, emails arrived that looked like they were from Mara. They were filled with apologies she'd never written, invitations she never sent. Friends stopped replying. Tip: watch for account takeover signs, messages you didn't send, login alerts from new places, unexpected password reset emails. Those are footprints someone left while they were inside. She traced one thread to an old router with default credentials that blinked like a beacon. It had never been changed since installation. The architect had lived there, quietly, for months. Mara did the obvious. She changed the passwords. She updated firmware. She unplugged a camera and found a thin paperclip lodged behind it. A creation of someone who liked to leave things behind. Reflective, keep devices updated. Manufacturers patch old holes. Leaving firmware stale is like leaving a window open in a storm. In building, the architect retaliated. Voices and message threads begged for help. A bank login failed. A child's account posted a poem at 3:12 a.m. that read like an instruction. Mara sat in the dark and listened. She realized the true horror wasn't the stranger. It was how easy it was for anyone to become invisible when everyone else assumed things were normal. TIP: back up important files offline. If someone tampers with your cloud, an offline copy is a place they cannot touch. Determined, she called the ISP, the support line that never seemed to sleep. She filed reports. She told her neighbors. They checked their routers and found their own ghosts living inside teacups, webcams, and dusty printers. Slowly, the neighborhood put up better locks, physical and digital. New passwords, new attitudes. The architect lost footholds and after a while faded to static. Mara did not house still remembers. At 3:12 a.m., the devices sometimes whisper like old friends trading stories. It is quieter now. People sleep again with one eye closed. If you take one thing from this story, let it be small and simple. Your devices are doors. Lock them. Patch them. Watch who walks through. Stay curious, stay careful, and never use the same password for everything. Invested, if you want more practical step-by-step lessons, how to set up a password manager, how to enable MFA, how to audit your smart home safely. Check out our Udemy courses and our official website for full guided boot camps. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, and share this with someone who still uses the same password everywhere. Sleep well. And if your devices ever speak to you in a voice you don't expect, ask them politely where they learned your name.